Right then guys, it is night 3 of 3 this bank holiday weekend. Tonight I am at Wynyard Golf Club, in a place called Wynyard of course. It's a wedding, and I've got 3 songs on the request list. One including First Dance, and the other 2 are like really bouncy hard house songs for later on the night. So I don't know what the guests are going to be like. Looking through the window, because I think they're just having the wedding breakfast still, ready for the turnaround. They look all like mixed group, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. But I don't think I've done a gig log here before. I've been here quite a lot of times over the years, but I don't think I've actually done a log here before. I'm not sure. But anyway, first time for everything. So yeah, I think that is it for now. So I will see you when I'm inside. Yeah, in a bit.
A few moments later.
Well, just a little update, guys. I've been sat here for about 15 minutes waiting for the turn on for 6 o'clock. It's now 6 o'clock, so I've just thought I'd go in and check in the other bar to see what time the turnaround's starting, and they've said they're running about 40 minutes behind, so looks like I'm going to sit around for about 40 minutes. This time on, I've told them, because it's hard to tell them because they keep them in the room for the turnaround a lot of the time, but I know it's sunny, so they might come out, but they might not. So I've actually said to the staff, if one of them can run out and give us a little knock on the window, just let us know. But I've asked that before and they've forgot, so hopefully they don't forget this time. So I'll have to keep my wits about me and keep an eye and see what's going on. But yeah, got to run over 40 minutes, so it's going to be a bit of a long wait. Bored, sat in the car, so just thought I'd let you know.
One eternity later.
3, 2, 1.
Right then, guys, as you've probably noticed, that wasn't a very long gig log. This obviously is going to be more talking now than the actual log, but yeah, from the start of the job, as you can see, I arrive at the venue a little bit early, wait in the car till it's time ready for the turnaround. I goes through the next bar in the actual, not in the function room, but in the next room to say like, it's turnaround starting, because normally they keep the people in the room at the turnaround, so I know it's not the best to go and check. And now they were running 40 minutes behind, so I was like, fair enough, no biggie, happens all the time. So obviously you've seen that little update in the car. It was actually an hour it went over. So anyway, I goes in and start setting up. Well, say I got to start setting up. I might look over here because I've made some notes, because obviously this was last week and I don't want to forget anything. But I goes in. There was a white starlit dance floor down. It wasn't ours, it was someone else's. It was down. But where it was down, it was kind of in the way of where I normally set my booth up, and no matter how I put the booth, I just couldn't get it to sit without it tipping or rocking and things like that. So I physically had to move someone else's dance floor myself just so I could set up. Then also the same company had a magic mirror in the corner, which you can probably just see on the footage, right at the corner of the dance floor, and in the wrong place. The placement of it was just totally ridiculous. And then along between the booth, the photo mirror and myself, just in between us, there was the love letters, which was super bright. As you can probably tell in the footage, it looked like it was daylight. In fact, every single light in the venue, apart from two uplighters, was on, and that was it. The two uplighters were down the other end of the room, so it didn't make a difference. And it was just broad daylight. I was constantly getting guests coming up to me, asking me to turn the lights off, basically going that it was me. And I was like, no, unfortunately all the lights are off. It's because of the love letters, which is illuminating that end of the room. So anyway, a couple of guests would keep going on, and they were getting a bit agitated. Luckily, I kept my cool. But yeah, that was one thing. And then before all this though, so we ran over, I'd moved the dance floor, set up, get started. Originally, the cake cut in the first dance was going to be for 8 o'clock. Obviously that ended up running a little bit over because the photographers wanted to go out and take some photos of the bride and groom out, because it was a lovely day, so out on the golf course and things like that, they wanted to take some pictures of them. So that rolled the cake cut back. So anyway, we come back, they've done the cake cut, we've done the first dance. I've had to edit most of the first dance out because of copyright reasons. So yeah, and then a little bit after that, it was due, almost ready for the food, for the hog roast. And then just before the kitchen staff come in for me to announce the hog roast, the bride's mother came over, and basically the bride's father's passed away. So the bride's mother came over and said she'd like the bride to dance with her three brothers, to her, like a father-daughter dance. So I was like, yeah, that's no problem. So off the bride's mum went to tell the bride and to get the three brothers. So in this time, while she's going to have to get in, the kitchen staff came over and said the hog roast's available outside now, can you announce it? And I was like, yep, I'll just sort this and I'll announce it. She was like, okay. So she goes away, and then it must have took about 10-15 minutes to round the three brothers up, because they were talking. One of them didn't want to do it, and then they were talking them around. But in the meantime, I didn't want to announce a hog roast because I didn't want people to go out and miss the dance type thing. You just don't do that. So in this meantime, I had the kitchen staff come back over me, shouting at me, telling me I need to announce the food, pointing at me, shaking their head at me while guests are looking as if to say, like, what the hell's going on, type of thing. So I just kept my cool there, didn't say anything back to them, just blatantly ignored them, because they were being absolute fools in my eyes. So anyway, they were doing all that. What else have we got here? They kept nagging at me. That was it, I think, for all through that. As you can see, I started getting the floor filling up. really good. And then obviously there was a big altercation outside. You can just catch the back end of it in the video where I put a little text thing up in the corner, and that was just where it was all calming down there. But obviously a lot of the guests had seen it, and it just basically killed the atmosphere. And people were leaving, taxis started coming, no one was getting up dancing, so I basically just ended the vlog there. Thought there was no point in playing to like recording an empty dance floor at the end of it, like towards the end of the night. But luckily it was only the last half an hour to go, so it wasn't too bad. So, but yeah, that's just a little explanation of what happened. It was a bit of a nightmare, considering it was a great Friday, Saturday, and then obviously that Sunday night ended on a bit of a downer, but these things happen. It wasn't the bride and groom's fault. Luckily, most of the stuff what went on, they were unaware, so they just seen it as it was a normal flow of a day type of thing. So they never noticed any of these, what they're called, not inclinations, like these little things what were going wrong. They didn't see any of that, so that was my main focus anyway. I'm glad that they didn't notice that, because they don't need to notice that. It's not their fault. But yeah, that was it really. It was a bit of a downer. So tonight, it is Friday now anyway, so there's going to be, I'm not working tonight. I've took a night off. I just want to chill out tonight. I've had an absolutely crazy week. So I'm working back out tomorrow and Sunday, a wedding tomorrow, and then Sunday I'm doing a christening in the afternoon. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any footage of that, because there's going to be a lot of kids there. But I was hoping I could have, because I'm doing it in a student uni in their own bar, and they've had like a 10 grand sound and lighting install put in there, and I'm actually plugging in their equipment. I'll probably might even use their CDJs, but I'll just have to see. I'll just have to see. But yeah, anyway guys, that's my little explanation for that very poor video. Obviously this is at the end of the video now, because I've took the other one down. I'm going to be putting this one back up with this on the end. So yeah, guys, hope you've had a great weekend and you've had a fantastic week with this gorgeous weather. Yeah, let me know how you had handled it, see if I handled it fine the way I've explained it. Just good to know, because I'm not used to having things like this go wrong, and I just have to take things in my own stride, so I don't have any, any backup ideas, because it never normally happens. So yeah guys, you just have to let me know what you think, and I hope you like the log for as little footage as it was. I did try my best, but yeah, so I will probably catch you on the next log guys, in a bit.